This is a video by Richpin. Today we're working on a Saturn S series, and what we're doing today is we're doing some troubleshooting on the windshield washer pump system. Now, if the windshield washer pump, which is located right here on the right hand corner of the vehicle, now if the washers don't work, the first thing you want to do is go inside and check the fuse. Now let's go and check the fuse now. Now inside the vehicle you'll find the interior fuse panel, which is located on the right side of the console. This is the cover to it. Now once you open up the cover, you'll see this 25 amp fuse up here in the corner, which is the wiper fuse. Remove that and inspect the fuse. If the fuse is blown, put the fuse in and see if the washer works. If the fuse is okay, we're going to go on to more troubleshooting. Now if the fuse was good, the next thing we need to do is see if there is voltage getting to the pump. Here is the connector that's on the pump. Those two little metal bands right here, squeeze those with your fingers and remove the connector from the pump. Let's see if I can do this here. Squeeze it and slide the connector off. Okay, now that we have the connector off the pump, we want to see if voltage is getting down to it. So what I'm going to do is take a test light. You can take a multimeter if you want. Now I've got the other end of the wire to a ground, and we're going to probe the pink wire. There is a pink wire and a black wire. Alright, so we're going to probe the pink wire, make sure it doesn't touch any ground right there. Now we want to turn the key to the on position and then pull up on the washer. You should see voltage there. Okay, so we got voltage there. Now we want to check the ground, see if ground is getting to the pump. Alright, now we want to check the ground, which is the black wire here. I've got my probe into that connection. Now what we did with the test light is we took the wire and ran it over to the positive side of the battery. Now there should be ground here and the light should light up. Good. Now if that's the case, if you have ground and you had live, well then replace the pump, because the pump is bad. Now let's just say that you have no ground. You didn't see a ground there. Well, check the ground splice right down here, the front forward ground splice. It's right below, let me give you a good look at it. So you can see it right down there below the windshield washer with the 4 wires going into it. That is the forward ground splice. So if you have no ground, that could be the problem right there. If the black wire was good but there was no voltage at the pink wire, the next thing we need to do is go over to the wiper motor and do some testing over there. And to get at it, you'll need to take off that panel at the base of the windshield. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is take the multimeter and we're going to back probe the pink wire at the connector, as you see here. What I did is I removed the connector and then I stuck a paper clip in and then put the connector back on. Now you see that tape right there? Put some tape on that metal, because if you look at my hand right here, it cut it pretty good. Saturn left a sharp edge right there, so beware of that. And you want to hook your multimeter up, put it on DC voltage, and then connect the negative lead to a ground. Now we want to turn on the washer and watch the meter and see if we get voltage there. Alright, now make sure you turn the key to the run position before you activate the washer. Now you should have seen voltage at the meter. Now if you didn't see voltage there, we have to now check the switch signal to the motor. The next step is to check the switch. Now what I've done here is I've probed the brown wire at the connector. Now we want to take our meter, go to the ohm scale. We'll go 20K, put the negative lead to a ground, and we'll put the positive lead to our clip here. Now, we're not going to turn anything on. All we're going to do is go over to the switch inside and pull the switch back to activate the washer system. Now we should have seen resistance reading at the meter. Now if we didn't, well, the problem lies in the switch. Now if you did see a resistance reading on the meter, the problem lies in the motor. So that concludes all the troubleshooting tests for the Saturn S series washer pump.